Herbert Harvey Rowen was a noted American historian of early modern Europe and arguably the most important English-speaking historian of the Dutch Republic since John Lothrop Motley. Early life and education. The son of Joseph M. Rowen, a teacher, and his wife, Sarah Gordon Rowen, Herbert Rowen was educated entirely in New York City, from his first year in grade school through his doctorate. He earned his degree in 1936 at City College of New York. In 1938, he became assistant to the manager of Converters Paper Company in Newark, New Jersey, and 2 years later, on the 28th of June 1940, he married Mildred Ringel, with whom he later had 3 children. Rowen remained with Converters Paper until 1942, when he joined the U.S. Army Signal Corps and spent 3 years in England and France. On his return to New York from military service in 1946, Rowen followed his growing interests in languages and took a position as an editorial research assistant with the American College Dictionary at Random House. On completing the job, he thought of going on to graduate work in French, but was advised by a former teacher to use his linguistic skills to study history. Following that advice, he entered Columbia University and completed his M.A. degree in history in 1948 with a thesis on annexation of the Congo by Belgium, a parliamentary study. Finding this too controversial a subject to carry on to doctoral research, he shifted his area of study to early modern Europe and became the first of many graduate students of a new Columbia University faculty member, Garrett Mattingly. Under his tutelage, Rowen completed his doctoral dissertation on Pompon and a Wit, a study of French policy on the eve of the Dutch War, and was awarded his Ph.D. at Columbia in 1951. Academic career. While still a graduate student in 1950, Brandeis University appointed Rowen an instructor in history. He taught there until 1953, when the University of Iowa appointed him assistant professor. After 4 years there, Elmira College appointed him associate professor in 1957. While attached to Elmira College, Rowen served as visiting associate professor at the University of California, Berkeley in 1959–60. Just before the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee appointed him a full professor in 1960. Rowen remained in Milwaukee until 1964, when Rutgers University appointed him professor of history. After having had this wide variety of teaching assignments, Rowen settled down at Rutgers for 23 years, remaining on the faculty there until his retirement in 1987. Published works: German History, Some New German Views, edited by Hans Kohn and translated by Herbert H. Rowen, Boston, Beacon Press, 1954. Pompons, Relation de mon ambassadeur en Hollande, 1669–1671, edited by Herbert H. Rowen, Werk en UITG. Door het historisch genootschap 4. Sir, No. 2, Utrecht, Kemminkenamp, Zoon, 1955. The Ambassador Prepares for War. The Dutch Embassy of Arno de Pompon, L669–L67L. The Hague, Emnijoft, 1957. A History of Early Modern Europe, 1500–1815. New York, Holt, 1960. From Absolutism to Revolution, 1648–1848, edited by Herbert H. Rowen, New York, Macmillan, London, Collier Macmillan, Limited, 1963. Free Press. Sources of Western Civilization. Sears. General Editor, Herbert H. Rowen, 1964–1965. Jacques Gondeco, France and the Atlantic Revolution of the 18th Century, 1770–1799, translated by Herbert H. Rowen, New York, Free Press, 1965. A History of Early Modern Europe, 1500–1815. Indianapolis, Bobbs Merrill, 1966. A History of the Western World with Bryce Leon, Theodore S. Hamerow, Herbert H. Rowen, New York, Rand McNally, 1969. The Low Countries in Early Modern Times, edited by Herbert H. Rowen, New York, Walker. Essays on America by Johann Huissinger, translated by Herbert H. Rowen, New York, Harper, 1972. Early Modern Europe, a Book of Source Readings, edited by Carl J. Eckberg and Herbert H. Rowen, AMH Publishing, 1973. The Dutch Republic, A Nation in the Making, by de Lamar Jensen and Herbert H. Rowen, Forum, 1976. John de Witt, Grand Pensionary of Holland, 1625–1672. Princeton N. J. Princeton University Press, 1978. The King's State, Proprietary Dynasticism in Early Modern France. New Brunswick N. J. Rutgers University Press, 1980. Political Ideas and AMP Institutions in the Dutch Republic. Papers presented at a Clark Library seminar, 27 March 1982, by Herbert H. Rowen, Andrew Losky. Los Angeles, William Andrews Clark Memorial Library, University of California, Los Angeles, 1985. John de Witt, Statesman of the True Freedom, Cambridge and New York, Cambridge University Press, 1986. The Princes of Orange, the Stadholders in the Dutch Republic, Cambridge and New York, Cambridge University Press, 1988. The Myth of the West, America as the Last Empire, by Jan Willem Schult Nordholt, translated by Herbert H. Rowen, Grand Rapids, Michigan, W. B. Edmunds Pub. Co., 1995. The Rhyme and Reason of Politics in Early Modern Europe, collected essays of Herbert H. Rowen, edited by Craigie, Harline. Archives internationales d'histoire des idées écoutes equals International Archives of the History of Ideas, 132. Dordrecht and Boston. Kluwer Academic Publishers, 1992.